Since the Ninjago Master of Spinjitzu TV show premiered over 7 years ago, there are so many characters and different versions of characters that we haven't gotten in set form that it would take forever to put them in one video. So I'm going to do a series of videos on these characters, 5 at a time, for as long as it takes until we've discussed every single Ninjago character who deserves a minifigure. These lists are not going to technically be in any order of what I want most or what characters are most important to have, but just some compilations I think are interesting. So starting off today's list is Jacob, Master of Sound. When Tournament of Elements premiered, many of the Elemental Masters didn't have any set form, except for Karloff and Griffin Turner. Though in the years following the season, LEGO did actually release several of these Elemental Masters, including Shade, Ash, and most recently Neuro, the Master of the Mind. While certainly not the most interesting of the Elemental Masters, he is a character that was in several episodes during the Tournament of Elements seasons, and it feels weird that we have its incomplete set. He has a fairly interesting body print, face print, and his sitar would be a really cool piece to get. Hopefully someday LEGO does end up releasing him along with the other Elemental Masters so we can finally complete our Tournament of Elements set. Next up is the Police Commissioner. Since his debut in Skybound, he's appeared fairly frequently in the show, and it feels weird we still don't have a minifigure version of him. What makes him stand out from a generic police officer is obviously his unique mustache piece. I was never sure why they created a unique mustache piece just for the show, but it'd be really nice to have it. Up next we have Cyrus Borg. While we did technically get a version of Cyrus Borg back in Rebooted, this version is only accurate to the evil version of Cyrus Borg. The alternate face print doesn't even feature his glasses, so it really doesn't look all that much like he does in the show. If we were ever to get him in minifigure form, it'd be really cool if LEGO could find a way to print the turtleneck on him like he has in the show. Cyrus Borg has been such a big part of Ninjago, it still feels weird that he's one of the characters never to get a minifigure form, besides the aforementioned rebooted version. Cole's dad Lou, who for some reason does not have a last name. First premiering in the Season 1 episode Royal Blacksmith, Lou has gone on to make several cameo appearances in the following seasons. Considering both Kai and Jay have gotten their parents in minifigure form, it only makes sense that Cole's dad get a chance too. I'd really like to complete these sets of minifigures like the Elemental Masters. It just feels weird that some of them are selected over others. And for our last pick of today is one that many people might not even realize would be really cool to get, Khanjikhan. And I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Only appearing in one episode of Ninjago, Encrypted, Nauticon's father Khanjikhan has a really cool design that I'd love to see in a minifigure. Nauticon is already one of my favorite Ninjago minifigures, and Khanjikhan has some really cool design elements of his own. I think the red chestplate as opposed to Nauticon's green looks really cool, and it'd just be really cool to have another Jin minifigure in general. That's it for this section of the list. Now I've got many more on here, but if you have any Ninjago characters or designs you'd really like to see in minifigure form, be sure to leave them in the comments below, and if I don't already have them, I'll add them to my list for a future episode. Thanks for watching.